Alright, so I got some white birch bark. This just peels right off the tree. It's real dry and dead, real flaky. I got a whole lot of it to get a lot of surface area to be able to catch the sparks. And it's real, I guess, fibery. So the sparks should catch pretty easily. Got a little bit of flame. Throw a little bit on top of that. Take your real fine twigs. Snap them up a little bit. Just let the fire breathe into it, so you don't want to suffocate it. Got a little smoked out. Okay, so you gotta give it some oxygen. You're good to go. Cup out. Then you want to take your bigger chunks of wood, just lay it on there. Like I said, give it room to breathe so the fire doesn't get snuffed out. And give it some oxygen. Whenever you build a fire, you always want to have your wood pre-collected. And a good rule of thumb to go by is once you think you have enough, just go ahead and double that, because you'll usually burn through it a lot quicker than you think. So there's a fire. I got a decent wood supply there. That's where I had my real thin kindling pieces. As you can see, there's plenty of pine trees around, and you can just go around, snap off these dead pieces. They burn crazy good, but they do burn really fast. So if you're gonna want your fire to last and to burn a lot hotter, you're gonna want some hardwoods rather than just pine. I'll go ahead and throw some more big pieces on. It's a real nice snowy day. Well, it's not snowy now, but there's lots of snow on the ground. Came out for a little hike. Boil some water and have some pine needle tea. Let's try that out. And as you saw when I was lighting my fire, I have my Benchmade bushcrafter. It's a great knife. It's a super steel, so I don't have to worry about it getting wet. Just wipe it off at the end of the day. So it's a real nice knife, real sharp 90-degree spine for throwing sparks off the ferro rod. And for my ferro rod, I have a I'll get it for you. So light my fire fire steel, and as you can see, there's way too many ribs on there, so it kind of hinders the effectiveness when you're trying to throw some sparks, because your spine or whatever you're striking with will catch on those. It'll slow it down and misdirect your embers and sparks. So there you go. I'm gonna continue doing this. I'm gonna boil some water. When I get some coals, I'll get back to you. Collected some water in my canteen here. I actually don't need this much, so I'm gonna dump a little bit out. That should be good. And I got my bottle holder. It's actually made for opening the mouth of a largemouth bass. Get the hook out, but it came with this kit from Self-Reliance Outfitters. Fits perfectly right into the inside of the mount, and it holds there pretty good. And then you can take a stick. Let me get a good one here. And if you wanted to, you could hang this by a tripod or a piece of cordage. It's high enough that it doesn't get burned, but otherwise you can just do this. Obviously you don't want to hold it there that long, so I'm just going to set this down into the coals. Get it set nice so it's not going to tip over. And you can just take the stick out, let it boil, and then when you're done, obviously just put it back in, pull it out. I have a cup filled with some pine needles. When the water boils, you just pour it right in, let it sit a little bit, and you got some pine needle tea. Alright, so I got some boiled water in here. Dumped it into the cup with the pine needles in it, and now it's time to drink it after I let it sit for a little bit. So I'm gonna just put it on the lid. It snaps on there. It's got these little strainer holes, so I can just pour it right into my bottle without getting all the pine needles into it, without having to worry about drinking them or getting them in my mouth. This wouldn't be the worst thing, just not preferred. Alright, as you can see, all the pine needles, and then for the most part pretty clean tea. Just got a little greenish tint with that pine needles. So try it out. Pine needle tea. Just got some in there. Tastes really good. Just like that slight taste of pine. It's warm, warms me up. Pretty cold out here.